Good morning, parents and community members. This is something new I'm trying this week. I'm attempting to do a weekly video update. Many of you are getting my weekly newsletters, but I typically write a blurb at the beginning, and I'd rather just say it. It's just easier for me, and I think any way I can connect with you face to face. I think it's important. So I'm trying this out. I'd love to hear what you think about it. It's new for me. And I'm also live streaming this. So if any of you are around on a Friday, I'm doing it around 9 a.m. You can actually watch me tape this live, and there's actually some chat features too. So if you have questions or things you want me to talk about, I'd be glad to do that. Otherwise, after I'm finished, it'll get uploaded into YouTube, and it will be posted in my weekly newsletter. So again, I'd love to hear what you think about it. So just a wrap up of this week, a difficult week, as you can expect, with the passing of two of our Fisher Hill friends. We started the week on Monday morning meeting with staff and talking about how we can support our students and our staff. We let our students know first thing Monday morning, and made our counselors and school psychologists and all of our support staff available for any students who needed it. It was one of those times where you realize your role as an educator goes much deeper than just teaching reading and math and science. We really had to rely on each other, support each other, and I think as best we could, we supported our students, and the days went as good as they possibly could have. But certainly, we have a ways to go, and we just have to continue to lean on each other and do whatever we have to do to support each other and our kids. So it's getting better day by day, but we still want to make sure that we have people available, because the process, as you probably know, takes a lot longer than a day or a week. So we want to be vigilant and keep an eye on our kids and make sure that we pick up any signs if they're feeling like they're having some trouble coping or dealing. We have some resources for families if you feel like you need some support in talking to your kids, or you're struggling yourself. Our resources at the school are not just available to our kids and our staff, but to our parents as well. So please let us know if we can help you in any ways. We know this is a difficult thing for all of us. 2 accounts were set up through our superintendent's office at TD Bank. There's information in the newsletter about that and where that money is going. We know that there are a lot of parent groups that want to help and donate things, and so that information is listed in the newsletter. The other thing I wanted to talk about real quickly is the innovation grant. I've put something in the last couple weeks about the grant. Many of you probably know that we received a very prestigious grant from the state. There are actually only 55 innovation schools in the state, and we were chosen to plan to become an innovation school. So the money that we're using right now is to kind of restructure our special education model with an eye towards inclusive practices. So at Dexter Park, we're spending that money to get people together to plan, to take a look at our model, and to kind of restructure it in a way that we think is going to better support all of our students through a co-teaching model. So in a classroom, instead of 1 teacher, there'll be 2, and we'll be able to provide support to students in the classrooms. That model, we're in the early stages of planning that. We're doing some site visits this week to other schools who are doing these things and getting ideas from them, and there's a lot of people committed to the work. But we also know that we want to keep parents updated, because this is going to be a shift for us in the following year. And so expect an update from me every week. Where we are in the process and how you can ask questions or share your concerns, because we want to know those things. When we talk about inclusion and inclusionary practices, I think what's happening in our staff and parents is we hear inclusion, and I think we get a little nervous because we think our students need support, we're putting them into the regular ed room. without support. And that's really not what the process is going to do, and that's not what inclusion is. Inclusion is really just taking a look at your model and saying, you know, how can we best support students as much as we can in the regular ed classroom? So we're not taking support away, we're just putting support in different places, and really making sure that we are looking at every single student and saying, what do they need and how can we best match their needs? And that could include some pull-out settings, but we want to try to get them into the regular ed classroom as much as we can, because we know that students typically do better in the regular ed setting. They feel better about themselves, and if we have support in those rooms, we're going to do that, because the research shows that our students will grow much more, and all those social skills get developed. And so really it's a great time to look at our model, think about how can we do it differently. So if you're concerned about if your child needs a lot of support, I want you to know that the planning grant is allowing us to plan the model around our students. So we've typically had a model and our students we figure out where they can kind of fit in. We're just going to kind of flip that. We're going to take a look at all of our students, look at their needs, and we're going to plan the model around them, which is really awesome, because that's really what it should be. It should be responsive to our students and their needs. So with that said, there's a lot of things to be worked out. Staff are working on it. We went to a site visit yesterday in Ludlow and saw a school that was doing a lot of that work. It was really great to see what they're doing and also hear kind of their struggles. And then we're going to Bernardston School on Monday to see how their model looks. There's a lot of different ways to do it, and what's also kind of neat about this is we get to make it. This process is allowing us to make it how we want to make it and make it unique to the needs of our kids. So I'll reemphasize that we are not taking supports away. We are actually maneuvering or moving the supports to different places, and actually my thought about this process, if we do it correctly, our students are going to get more support than they typically have. So they'll be getting supports from not just one teacher but two, and then with added para support. And so we're really excited about it. We do have some ways for you to ask questions. I'm going to do a screen share so I can show you some of these things, so just bear with me. This is this week's newsletter. If you have concerns or you want to share things, you can, there's a link right here. You can click on that. It's a hyperlink, and basically it's a Google form. And we have one set up similar for staff too. We really want to know, what are you hearing out there? What are your concerns? What would you like us to consider? We want as many different perspectives as we can when we go through this planning process, and we want to know, you know, what do you want us to think about? Because the more perspectives we have, the better we're going to have, the better product we're going to have in the end. As we get closer to having a model developed and we know more about it, we will have a parent session where we have a chance to sit down with you, tell us what it's going to look like, and also talk about, you know, answer any questions that you have. But we'd love to hear your questions and concerns soon. So feel free to go in there, write it. We have a team of people that are going to look at these, and I may even answer them in weekly updates. So that's the grant. The other thing that I want to talk about a little bit is the logo project. I'm going to show you the poster for that. This is going to go on Facebook and go out in email today. We're looking to brand the elementary schools, OES, Fisher Hill, and Dexter Park, and we really don't have a logo at this point. And we were talking recently in the leadership group about how to develop it, but also get our kids and community involved in it. So the logo project is asking for submissions for a logo, and we would like student submissions, staff submissions, community submissions. They can be hand-drawn, they can be computer-based, but basically we're looking for a logo that represents our schools, the community and what we stand for. There's a process listed right here. We're asking for submissions by April 1st, and then there's a process where they get whittled down and chosen, and eventually they'll get voted on by our students and staff. So we really want that investment in the process. It will eventually go to school committee for final approval, and once that's done, it will go on. We really want to brand, share our school story. And so when we brand, we do that. And when people see our logo, they should think Orange Elementary Schools. So it'll be on our website. It'll be on all kind of media letterheads and all of that. I shared some at the bottom, some of the, some logos that other schools have, just as some ideas. So if you want to submit something, if you know someone who works in graphic design and wants to submit something, that'd be great. You can submit them to the school office or to Gary Bunker. His email is listed right here, and you can just click on that. It's a hyperlink. So we'd love to see what you think there. I'm going to go back to our newsletter. I talked about the logo project. These are, I did my weekly Kids in Action. These are just pictures around the building and what kids are doing. And these are simply pictures that come off of my Instagram or our Facebook page or our Twitter account. So I've made it a real point this year to spend a lot of time in classrooms supporting kids and staff. So 3 days a week I'm in classrooms for the majority of the day. Try to take a lot of pictures, and I think I've heard some feedback from parents that they appreciate seeing what their kids are doing. So I'll continue to do that, but you can see these pictures throughout the week too. I hope you follow us on any of those, because I want you to see what a day is like in our school, and so I'm trying to capture as much of that as I can. Some upcoming dates that I want you to think about is we do have some all-school meetings set up in April. We do that once a month. You are welcome to attend that. If you'd like. If not, I'm trying to find a way. Maybe it's this. I'm going to try to find a way to record it, and maybe I'll live stream it because I know a lot of you work, and so I want to make sure that you get a chance to experience what an all-school assembly is about. We will be doing Positive Post-it Day at Dexter Park, and I'll have some information. It's later in March, but I'll have some information about that. Just to be aware, Autism Awareness Month is coming up in April. We're going to be doing something with students this month. Next month, and I'll have some information for you as well. I went right through the month of April, so we have parent-teacher conferences on the 14th and 15th, and then spring break following. Again, these are just the ways you can connect with the school. I don't have a lot of people signed up for what's called Remind 101, but that's if you want any updates sent directly to your phone. It doesn't come from my cell phone. It comes from an app, and so if you text at DEXTERP to that number 81010, I send out updates throughout. If there's an early release coming up, or a lot of our teachers are using in their classrooms. I have a school one, so it's just a way to get them right to your phone. I know I'm really trying to communicate well to all of our constituents so that you have all of the most up-to-date information. I think that's it. I'm going to go back to me. Hello. So I think that's it for me. If you do have questions, concerns, things you want me to know, feel free to email me. My email address is listed on the school's website. You can always reach out to me that way. And I hope you found this helpful. I'll continue to do this on Fridays at 9 a.m. if you want to watch live. If not, I'll post it onto the newsletter as a link. You can watch it there as well. And who knows, maybe we'll I'd love to hear your feedback. If you have ideas for me, I'm thinking about maybe some weeks having some kids involved in these, sharing some student work. So there's all kinds of things I'd like to do. So I hope you appreciate it. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. The weather's great today. It's going to be a nice Friday in school. Enjoy your weekend, and we'll be in touch. Have a good one. Bye-bye.